How's everybody doing today? It is Thursday night here in Indiana. It is currently, I think it's 5 degrees out. It's the coldest it's been in a very long time, and I'm really not enjoying it. Neither is the garage. The garage is like a whopping 50 degrees right now. We did get Mason's bed put back on. We got the doors put back on. We got the door sprayed. So whenever we were spraying these big, large pieces of paint on this truck, these big, large body panels, the paint would tire stripe really bad. We weren't getting good coverage on the doors, and smaller parts, it wasn't so bad. The bumper, excuse me, and the bumper, this is the first time we painted it. But like these doors and this huge bed, it's just, we figured out if you wet sand it with 600, just do like a light coat, almost use the single stage paint as a primer, do a light coat, and then go over it all again. It turns out phenomenal. The bed, guys, looks great. I have a couple lights out right there for some reason, so I know you can't really see it, but it looks awesome. I started over here on the flatbed. Started getting this piece here kind of squared up, and I got to cut one more piece there, so don't be hating on the welds. No, I'll see something. But yeah, we are working on a 2011 Dodge Ram, 6.7 liter Cummins. It's a 4-wheel drive dually. We got a little bit of work to do to it. The truck does have excessive coolant pressure. It was losing all the coolant, so I mean, obviously it needs a head gasket. It's pretty common on these. It's running second gen swap. I don't know exactly what size turbo that is, but it still is on the stock head bolt. So we're going to do ARP head studs, and we're going to do a fresh head gasket. You know, we'll send the head off, get it resurfaced and stuff. And we also need to put a new bed on this truck. This side's, I guess it does have a dent on it. There's just a couple dents on it. This is a work truck. It gets used every day, and they wanted to put a little bit nicer bed on it, keep the truck in good shape. So we're going to switch a bed on it too. To start off, guys, I've got the grill pulled off the truck. Get the hood latch out of your way so you're not leaning over it. Get your intake off. I pulled the batteries out so I have more room. Get the serpentine belt loose. You need to take the alternator loose off of it, and then at that point, just start unplugging the wiring all around it. Come over here, unplug your injector wiring, stuff like that. Get the intake off of it. You basically just want to get this head bare, get everything off to the side out of your way, and then we can start taking the valve cover off, take the manifold off, and we'll pull this head off. So, all right, guys, jump forward a little bit. We got the valve cover pulled off. Got the rocker box pulled off. We got all of our CP3 lines pulled off, our injector lines. Just keep those in one piece. Take them loose to the injector and you can get them off. Now we need to pull the intake off. I am going to take a shop vac and kind of clean all this dirt up. You don't want anything, you know, falling down in the end. Also, before I get to mention, there is going to be a return line on the rear of these cylinder heads you guys need to remember to remove if you do your own head gasket at home or whatever. At the very back of the head, there's a return from those injectors. So you need to, there, the light just died. You need to, I think it's a 17 millimeter. You need to just take that loose and kind of push it back. And yeah, that way, I mean, obviously you can't take it off when it's hooked up. So you need to unhook that. All right, guys, we got all of the injectors out. We got the valve train out. Got our push rods out. I'll show you guys over here. Got all this stuff out in order, front to back. We'll back it all up here in a little bit, keep it out of the dust. Get your injectors in order. Then we keep our push rods in order. All this metal, you know, wears together. You know, this piece, I don't know what exactly this is called here, but this lip, this ball that sits in the top of this push rod on number 1, you know, they've kind of wore together. You know, they're not all going to be perfectly the same. Okay, so taking the manifold off with this second gen swap just wasn't going to be easy. I was going to be fighting, I mean, in the amount of time I just took the turbo off or took it apart. It's just a lot easier than trying to fight getting all those bolts. Now, if it was still a third gen manifold, or sorry, 4th gen manifold, I definitely would have just left it there. But in that location, and being an S400 series Charger, you can pull them apart, and well, it shouldn't have took as long as it did, but I mean, it's been on here for many, many miles, so it took quite a bit to beat it apart, but I finally got it down there.
Oh, dude.
Is it completely stuck shut?
Completely stuck shut.
Then welded this door shut.
Where'd you weld that motherfucker shit?
What's Country Boy Skylar got to say about that?
I don't know. Open that motherfucker. Damn. It's gonna come out and smash it.
I don't know. We got this 6.7 here. We got the head tore off of it, as you guys already know. Cylinder head removed off of it. See where the gasket blew between the cylinders. Now I just dropped the piece, but there's a piece of the center piece of the, it's a multi-layer gasket, and the center piece blew out, and I think the coolant was shooting in from right here and then burning in the cylinder wall, and that's why I had excessive pressure. It was leaking from the cylinder into the coolant system. So I got all that tore apart. We got the head over here on the bench. Got everything tore off of it. It's ready to go to the machine shop, get it resurfaced, and have them check it over really good, make sure everything's good to go. And then once we get that back and get some parts in, we can start reassembling it. Derek's just over here tuning this truck up, giving her a good tune up.
Rocker there, man.
Rocker, yeah, pull that rocker off there.
Yeah.
You don't need that. This thing has AC. It's a beast. What you doing, big guy? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? 4-month-old English Mastiff. Mason came by today and he did a roll-in bed liner kit. It looks great. I am very impressed with how this turned out. It just sets it off. We're not even gonna put a tailgate on it. It looks so good. You guys think I'm joking? It looks great. We're gonna get some weather stripping to put inside that hole there, so there's no sharp edges or anything. And once this is completely dry, we'll start putting the fuel system together in it. And tonight, I mean, I can't paint or anything while we have another truck in here. Just because of the overspray and stuff. But tonight I think we're going to move all this stuff out of the way, roll the truck back, and get the tuner put on it. This is the Blue Chip Redline box. These are a very, very aggressive tuner. They add a lot of power to these trucks, make a very big difference. So we'll get this installed, and we might try to drive it. You guys may see that in the next video, see how it runs with this tuner put on it, with the new 200 horse injectors.
Fuck that vent shut. You always have that vent shut?
Looks all off because this has got dust all over it, but we are going to wet sand this cab and wet sand these doors and just hit them with a light coat of this paint again, because that's what we did to the bed and it turned out cherry. Looked great. So since we can't paint on the truck or do any body work for the next week or so, because we have that other truck in here, we're going to work on taking the Quadzilla tuner off of the truck. We're also going to take the intake horn off and the valve cover and paint it. Are we going to paint the same color as the truck, Mason?
What?
What color do you want to paint all this? We're going to just repaint it. It doesn't match. So we're going to repaint all that stuff. Make sure the turbo matches. As you guys are new to the channel, this is a S467 98 24 valve. This bumper all painted up. 770 ODSS truck. That's what we're hoping for anyways. So yeah, this truck has came a long way in a couple of months. This was a rusted out second gen a couple months ago, and I mean, it's rust free. You know, it's got all new panels in it, rust free bed. It's really coming along, guys. Really getting there. So yeah, we'll jump forward and we'll get all this stuff pulled off and just get ready to paint. You know, it's other stuff we got to do. You know, why the body work is postponed for a couple days. So we'll jump on that and get all that stuff pulled off. We got the intake pulled off. We got the compressor housing pulled off. We just talked Mason into painting the compressor housing and intake the same color as the valve cover. We're gonna paint it black so we don't have to take it off.
You don't have to make stuff up on video.
We don't. I'm not making anything up, man. That's the truth. Huh? I'm not making it up. It's the truth. He's going home. We're gonna paint all that stuff black. It'll be clean, and then we're going to probably paint this little core support piece black and just make everything under the hood black, so that way you can't see the oil leaks. So that's where we're at for now.
Well, you should have got rid of the fucking thing. You should have shaved it.
If we ever get to a point where we can sell merchandise, we're gonna sell flannel shirts. We're gonna put a Dirty Diamond logo on it and call them Country Boy Skylers. So if you guys want your Country Boy Skyler flannel, I think you got one bolt in there you gotta take out.
Yep, right here.
Yep, you gotta use a wrench on it. You know what? You know what I got though? We got Skyler's daily in here now, putting some new headlights in it. This headlight lens fell off. This thing is mint. Nice ride right here. It's got the compound set for the second gen in the back seat. Yeah, she's cheery.
Are you gonna paint your headlights? No, probably not.
All right, guys. Looks like they're getting the headlights put in. We are going to go ahead and wrap up the end of this video. If you guys like the content, be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, let us know what you think. We'll see you guys on the next one.